We are the one, the light in the dark. One heart, one world, one spark. We are the one, together we rise. One dream, one voice, one sky.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Women Empowered Across the World. This is our podcast, and I have an amazing host with me. I have Alina from Poland, and she is the founder of the Yorgos Foundation. Check her out on LinkedIn. You'll see her information up in the show notes. And then I have Chinere from California. Oh, but her heart is in Nigeria. She's doing some amazing projects in Nigeria. Please check her out on LinkedIn. You'll see her information in the show notes. And I'm Carol Witt, and I am the founder and the director for YEA Global and YEP. And we teach mindset. It's the biggest deal. And we have an amazing guest with us. Guys, we have such amazing guests. Thank you. Thank you, host, for all the amazing women you bring to us and the
Yeah,
stories they share, because they
yeah,
inspire every one of us. And I know, Adama, you are going to be another one that is going to inspire us. So please come join us and share your story with us.
absolutely. I am so empowered to be around other empowered women around the globe and to be a voice for those who are in Sierra Leone, West Africa. I wear that role with pride and honor, and I bring you greetings from all the women and their children in Sierra Leone, West Africa. So a little bit about me. I was not born in Sierra Leone. I was born in Washington, D.C. So I'm first generation born. And just like I think Madam Chinere stated, living here in the States, but my heart is definitely in Sierra Leone. My parents migrated here and had all of us here. And while it did not start at early age, the love for Sierra Leone, the love for giving back, the love to just helping people live better, I would say was really developed over time. So I traveled to Sierra Leone for the first time in 2019. I will never forget that year. I was by myself and I thought I was just going to discover my family and my roots. And at that time, yeah, I was in college. So my mind was just full of that zest of life. But I actually discovered my purpose. And I always say that the story, your roots, your culture, you may not be proud of everything about it, but it definitely does bring out and lead you to your purpose. And so I'm really, really fortunate to have learned a lot from my parents. They always poured into us as we were children that you have to go back to Africa. You have to go know your people. You have to go and know who you are. And I really, for whoever is listening to this podcast, you may be in my shoes. You may have been born in one country and your parents migrated. Always find a way to connect your culture. And so one of the things that I want this podcast to show is the power of storytelling. Your story is powerful. Your story and the stories of others that you take along, that really is the magic that I feel brings us and connects us together. So I'm gonna really kind of have that storytelling effect today. Imagine me, young girl in college, going to Sierra Leone, never met any of my grandparents alive, yet I wanted to know them. I wanted to go to where the people were, and my eyes were open to the fact that a lot of people don't have clean water. So I have much respect to Madam Chinere because that's a cause that is ongoing. When you go to other countries, going to family members, learning the stories of those who were affected by the war. Sierra Leone experienced a civil war for over 10 years,
Mm.
and the effects of the war is still there. So the need for education, the need for people to find hope in using their hands to build, it's huge. And so I'm very proud and honored to be an advocate and for God to use me to help others find the best in them, even if they're in a village. And no matter where you are, there's greatness inside of you. And so that's what I do when I go to Sierra Leone. And this year I'm going in December, would make it almost my 11th time going. Yes. I went there and I've never looked back. And I'm going to be going there to continue the cause. Um, I started Impact Sierra Leone out of a need to just continue doing my work, my passion. In 2019, I went, I'm sorry, 20, I'm messing up. I went to Sierra Leone for the first time in 2003. I apologize. My goodness, time goes fast. 2003 December is when I stepped foot on the soil of Sierra Leone. I came back and I just wanted to do it all. I mobilized people from my church, from my friends. I said, give me your clothes, give me your shoes, give me what you got. And I was in my basement and not my home, my roommate. I said, listen, guys, I want to collect clothes because I had that birth in me when I came back. I was like, I could not forget the images of the kids not having shoes, and it was a normal thing, not having decent clothing. And when I say I went to villages, I went to 8 villages on my first visit, and it was a journey. But it was a journey I will never forget. And so I brought pieces of Africa with me. I brought pieces of the children with me, and I brought pieces of the women and girls. And what I realized is that although poverty hits everyone, whether you're man or woman, I feel like poverty strikes the women and girls in a much deeper way. The vulnerability for them, is high, and I witnessed seeing young girls, pregnant, young girls married, and, those images don't just fade away. So when I came back with those women and girls in my mind and said, you know what, I want this to kind of be my starting point. I don't know how, I don't know when. And that's one thing about growing and starting a organization. It's a movement. You don't know all the pieces, but you know that heart, that passion, it's there and it's not going anywhere. And you just thrive on that. You learn every day. You connect with great people. You go on LinkedIn, you tell your story, and people like Alina will meet you and say, I'd love to connect. And so this is how Impact Sierra Leone started. We were 2003, just imagine that. I launched my organization in 2019 because guess what? Life happened. I had children, I got married, I got divorced, but life happens. And at the end of the day, what God has for you is still for you. So I did not give up. My sister and I, in honor of our dad who passed away in 97, we said, let's start an organization because we've done all we can to help others. We've collected clothes, but through the advice from many people, we said we need structure. We need to be able to help more and we need organization. So 2019 was the birth year of Impact Sierra Leone. And then, of course, that followed 2020, which we know that was a year of the unforgettable year of COVID. But it didn't stop us. We just did what we could, and I think that through tragedy, through things that don't go well in your life, you do find hope. And for me, Impact Sierra Leone was my hope through COVID. It was my hope through that mental stress. I found giving back, finding a way to, come up with ideas to continue to work. That helped me. So hope
Mhm.
is started through that. And we started with the orphanage and we help young girls find resources, book bags, school supplies, toiletries. And that was what I did. I told the stories of every person I met through a picture, and people wanted to know more. And from that, it started to come into something else. And then I knew that, you know what? I know I want to work with the farmers. My dad and mom were raised by farmers, and we all knew about that. They were put through school by the grace of agriculture. And so that was my heart. And I love the village because, again, my mom and dad came from there. And so I felt the needs were greater. So this is where I was led. And I was led to a community called Foindu, a remote village, a farming community, and we adopted them. I realized through learning about sustainable development, becoming a global ambassador, through the work that I was doing, it helped me learn a lot about really having a sustainable program that you can be able to not just provide today, but provide tomorrow. I did not want what we did to just be gone tomorrow. And, the needs were there. They needed food scarcity. But I know for me, I could not just do it by myself. So out of that, I started a program called Seeds of Life. I love seeds. I love the thought of seeds being put in the ground and becoming something and feeding more people. And because the fact that in Africa there's so much land, we formed a partnership with this village, and they said, "You are the only organization who has stayed with us." And we want you to know we want to be with you to help bring development. And that community went from no development to now having three thriving farms.
Oh,
And so I do know I'm a testimony that if you help people find that in themselves, they're ready to work. You know, if you put the structures, you empower them. I make signs for everything. Nonetheless, if they're illiterate or not, I'm like, there's greatness in you, and you. And they all call me mama.
oh,
So I dedicate myself to,
mm,
really pouring into them. And over time, it seems like, you keep learning and churning and doing things better and better. And so now, we have the farm, and they're right now in farm season planning. So I'm here in America, and I formed a team in Sierra Leone. I have volunteers, and I believe in pouring to them. I put together our
mm,
core values so that they all know, these are the expectations, but at the same time, I believe in you. And I believe that every opportunity you can use to get into a community, um, use it. And for us, it was by starting to have a Christmas event. That's how we connected with this village. We started because they said, we don't celebrate Christmas here. We don't have anything. And
oh,
I said, I'm changing that. So
oh, mhm.
we had yes, so and Alina can testify. We've been doing a Christmas program called Christmas Day of Hope, and
Oh,
from there, that's when the stakeholders, the chiefs, I go to all the leaders and get their buy-in. They said we would be honored to provide land if anything you can do, you can develop. So that's really for the last few years we have been partnering with this community, and it led us to now not only help them with farming, not only provide them a Christmas program, but now we are building. And I'm so excited because I know this is going to be the bridge to connecting with more people around the world because skills training hits everyone. And
oh,
whether you like it or not, there's jewelry making in Poland and England and Nigeria. There's jewelry making and fashion design everywhere you go. So I'm really, really, really excited because
oh,
this is something that we went to the women. And I need to back up and let you know that one of the ways that we empowered this community with women is that at the time and providing the support to the farm, we realized that, the women don't have their own. There's something about ownership, and I hosted a women's empowerment event during the month of March, a few years, 2022. And what I did is I fed them, I gave them, music, just a time to relax. The men were not allowed. I mean, there were some there, but they weren't there. This was their space. And I had a mic and there's power in the voice. And I said, and in their own language, I said, let them please all say what they want to see in their community. And each of the women in their own way shared, we want our own farm. We want to learn how to sew. We want to learn how to this. So there's a power in enabling someone to feel that they are heard, that someone cares, that someone is taking the time to learn, not me coming in the village saying, hey, I've decided I want to bring this, but coming to them. And they had so much respect in their own way. They said, we want to thank you because you've shown us that we are people. And I want to say that moments like that is why I still fight the good fight, enjoy, and continue on this work because it's a life. I want to say it's my life purpose. So I know I've said a lot, but I wanted to just kind of take you on a journey to how I was led to this point. And like I said, we launched a building project, and the whole community is erupted because this is their first real infrastructure. It's
oh,
going to have solar, and
mm,
the community has started in so much that they built bricks by hand for the first set. So they built 400 bricks, and we've launched a campaign to continue on because to build all those bricks, it's going to take a while. But we wanted to have that activity happen because we want the community to know they're part of this. And the theme of the building is project is called Together We Build to Harvest Hope. So
oh,
that word hope. So
so
I'm
great.
just really grateful. I know I've left a lot out, but I think that you
Mm,
feel my passion. You feel me as a daughter, someone who was not born in Sierra Leone, whose parents were born there, and I get to go back and honor them, honor my grandparents who I've never met. I get
oh,
to pour that into them and create that legacy so that this community and beyond will benefit from us building this infrastructure, but also bringing transformation because they're not the same as when I met them in 2021. They're a whole different
Oh
um,
my goodness.
community. So I'm really excited to share about that.
Oh my goodness, Adama, what an amazing story. What an amazing story. And what an amazing heart you have. Oh,
Thank you.
thank you so much for,
Thank you.
you know, because you live here in the US
Yes.
and yet your heart is there. And I got
It
that. Your heart is really there. But doesn't it enrich you? Doesn't it fill
does.
you? Oh,
It does.
I
It does.
know. I love it. YEA is in 46 countries in Africa
Wow.
teaching mindset. It's the biggest deal. And oh
Yes.
my gosh, it's so enriching, so fulfilling.
Yes. Yes. I
So,
love that word mindset.
yeah.
That's something that
Mm,
if you go on some of the you'll see a lot of the posters I make because I make them feel that empowerment from the words they saying so that even when I'm not there, it's still left with them. So I love that.
filled with
They need
them.
that a lot.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So, I have a question for you.
Yes.
All right. So you've got this vision around, I mean, like you're going to create kind of a whole village.
Yes.
I already
Yes.
know.
Yes.
400 bricks is the start. Okay. But you've got a bigger picture. What does that bigger picture look like? Say 5 years from now, what all is going on that land? And what are you doing? I want to hear I want to hear your vision
Oh,
for
yeah.
this. Yeah.
So my vision is a marketplace because right now they have to go to neighboring village to just buy basic stuff or
Okay.
people hawk and come to the village. My vision is an impact marketplace in partnership with this village where people can travel to Poindu and get local goods and support the women so they're not just eating twice a day or once a day, but they are eating and having that hope and I can see that the vocational training center is just the beginning. We want to bring clean water. We want to use that solar energy. I feel like I want to I don't know how to call it, but like a mock community that will really live up to the name Seeds of Life. I want to really have this where other people from the US can come to the marketplace at Poindu and it could probably expand. I see this expanding into other villages because, like I said, the land is an abundance. And so I feel like out of this, we're going to have a catering. We're going to have people that are going to make cakes for people's weddings. We're going to have people that are going to make quilts that are going to be in the museums that are here. So when I say bridge of impact, I feel like I'm here for a reason and I have the resources and the connections and people who may not even never heard of Sierra Leone. I want to take them to Sierra Leone, even if they're not there physically. So I envision that this is going to help create an entrepreneurship hub and the women that are there, the women's club is called the Women's Agribusiness Club. It's 40 women, agribusiness collective. So I want each of those 40 women a career out of them that will help become something they pass on to their children and other people from other states. I want to create a humanitarian voyage that will always bring people to that community. So that's my vision. I see it. I
Ooh,
see the marketplace. I see
yeah.
the cultural activities, and I see
Mhm,
that connection that are going to
mhm.
connect with the people around the globe.
Yeah, I knew you were a visionary. I heard you speak it. I heard it in your voice. So I just wanted to see what kind of picture you were creating. And I got to tell
Oh,
you, when you share your vision with others,
yes,
it's a place where they can actually come and say, I want to be a part of that.
yes,
So,
yes,
and that's what this platform's all about is that we're making
yes,
people aware of what's
yes,
going on out there in the world. That
yes,
you can have more people come and say, Adama, I want to be a part of that. I love
yes,
that
yes,
vision and I want
yes,
to somehow participate in that.
yes,
Please, guys, please participate in
yes,
her vision. It's a
yes,
beautiful vision. Beautiful.
yes, yes,
Okay,
yes,
we've got Alina. She has a question. Thank you,
yes.
Adama, for sharing
You're
that
welcome.
vision because now I've got that vision.
Yes. Exactly.
Thank you.
Adama, thank you so much once again. Every conversation, every meeting with you is always amazing. And
Yeah.
it's so wonderful to learn from you and, to just make this participate in your journey
Yes.
through your
Yes. Yes.
storytelling. You mentioned sewing among some like vocational trainings maybe, and this is my question is it a place or in your vision, or did you consider like vocational training on sewing, machine sewing, so to give also part of women these skills
Yes.
that can bring them some profits. At the same time, I always think about, period poverty, so they can sell reusable parts. So
Yes.
first of all, the village women and girls in the village would get their own parts, and they
Mhm.
could sell more and sell it in the market even, or to women in neighbor villages and get
Yes.
some extra profits for them.
Yes. So when I say this center is a center of purpose and endless possibilities, and
Okay.
I have a close bond to the young girls, especially a lot of them are named Adama, so they always like, oh my gosh, we see somebody like me with my name. It's something that is beautiful. But yes, we have actually 12 classes that are going to be included in this. That's part of the
Mhm.
concept, and one of them is fashion design slash sewing. We have actually three machines. Somebody we received as donations, so they are with the nurse. We have a really strong partnership with the clinic because a lot of them
Amazing.
don't have phones. So the nurse has, like I said, this is a community-wide thing. She's a part of the Women's Agribusiness Collective, and so she always lends herself to help with that. So fashion design, especially with regards to the pads, because we had someone brought that to us before. And I said, as long as we have a structure, we have the possibility to do any and everything. And it's just about, like with the solar that's going to be in a roof, we want to have that ability to have the virtual learning so we can connect with
Oh,
others who've already done it. We don't need to reinvent the wheel. So that
yeah.
is something that I would love to do because pure poverty it is very huge. They use wrappers, like meaning the what you tie like fabric. That's just the reality. So I put that, and actually we have a partnership with a woman that gives us donations of pads and for the girls for right now. But yes, the reusable one is once they know how to use it and clean
Yeah.
it and everything. That's part of the education. One of the classes is wellness. So we want to teach hygiene. We want to
Yes.
teach everything from, nutrition, just the overall wellness of the body, but also first aid, how to help with those kind of emergencies. So that's a great question you have asked,
Mm,
and it is definitely going to be a part of the fashion designing class. Because we want, and we're also going to have an entrepreneurship learning because these are women who all they know how to do right now is farm. They farm to eat. And so with this center, it's going to be a whole new life for them and being able to create stuff that people can buy. And we want that they benefit the most. This is not something that's going to benefit Impact Sierra Leone. We want the women and those who are at the community, we want them to actually become entrepreneurs. And you do that by being able to, make profit. And so that's the
mhm.
intent is that each woman will now be able to learn a skill. That skill, maybe someone that can support us can be over here and say, you know what, I want to support them to the ones who are in the culinary arts. I want to help them with starting their own food business of some sort. So
Yeah.
that is the goal is for each of them to have that be able to be prepared to continue so that they can have that skill turn into a way that they can support themselves and thrive.
Yeah,
Wonderful. Great.
self-sustainability.
Thank
Ooh,
you.
Yeah.
Yes.
yes,
Yes.
Thank you. Yes.
absolutely. Okay, so Chinere, do you have a question that you'd like to, or
Yes,
anything you'd like to share?
I just want to say, as you can see, we have similar project going at Adama, honestly. I have a sewing school. I have the chicken farm. I just
Oh,
acquired a
wow.
big land. I need to
Yes,
connect with you. I put my
please do.
information down.
Okay.
I'm so excited for you and for what you're doing. I
Yes,
came to a passport office because I'm not getting my passport, but I want to connect because your vision is great and you've come to a great platform. I say
yes,
kudos to all that you are doing. And anyhow we can support you, let us know.
yes,
But let's collaborate because we are doing
please.
similar thing,
Yes.
different side of the continent, but let's make it happen.
Oh, I
Kudos.
would love that. When I saw
Woo!
you used to speak, I already knew. I said I need to connect with her, and
Yeah.
that's something that I find very valuable. Is that I'm a lifetime student. I've not arrived, and I tell people when you're in this, don't ever get to a point where you arrived because you haven't. So that's
Yes.
that's how we're gonna. Oh, yeah.
Oh, so amazing. So make sure you put your information in the chat. Every one of
Oh,
us
yes,
put our information in the chat. I did, so I can
yes,
put it up in the show notes. Anything, Adama, that where you want people to reach out to you, like if you have a website,
yes,
anything, please put it in the in the chat so I can copy
yes.
and paste
Let
and put
me.
it in your show notes, okay?
Okay.
We are so thrilled that you came and shared your story with us. It's so
I forgot to
inspiring.
mention something.
Yeah.
I also wrote a book, and
Oh,
it actually captures my story as a first generation born, just trying to discover herself, trying to find if she's African or American, and find who she is in her life. And at the end of the day, being embraced by my culture, embracing my culture led me to my purpose, which led me to my victory. So I want to just show it really quick.
oh, so amazing. Absolutely.
And
And
it actually.
please put your information in the chat around your book also. Thank
Yes,
you.
this is the book. It's called Crown of
Oh,
Victory.
oh,
And
beautiful.
yeah, and it also has recipes from Sierra Leone in there. But I have a
Oh,
lot of I put a lot of the girls. This is my favorite picture here. These
oh,
are the girls. So I tell stories of some of the girls that I've helped find their voice, or lead their victory. And I think that's how that effect of empowerment, because empowerment is not solo. It is something that affects the masses. So
no.
it's on Amazon, it's on Barnes and Noble, but it also supports Impact Sierra Leone. And
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
really, really, it's a 5-year
Yes.
project. It started in COVID, but Impact Sierra Leone is what led me to writing this book
Wow.
so that it could help talk about
So
Sierra Leone and everything. So I'm really honored to share that.
So great. So great. Yeah,
Yeah.
you said it. Empowerment is about raising others.
Yes, yes,
And that you are doing that amazingly. I want to hear way more about you and your
yes,
project. So I put
yes.
my information in. Please let's
Okay,
WhatsApp. Let's have some
yeah,
conversation and
okay,
see where we can take this. All right. So
absolutely.
thank you once again, everyone. You love these episodes. Please subscribe to our channel. Please comment on the episodes. They're so amazing, and share them. Your network is not mine. Mine is not yours. So share them out so it gets out further to many more women that can be inspired by what Adama has done, what she is doing. She's not just done it, she's doing it right now. And this is an opportunity for you to join forces with her. So, guys, we all deserve to thrive. Let's do it together. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
This
There's no divide.